and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. Today's video is going to be the finale for my fall and holiday season project pan. The end of the year, well, there's under 2 weeks left. I just want to use whatever I like, and also I think I want to do some projects next year. I have not fully decided yet what projects I am going to do. I do have some ideas and I do want to talk about those in this video. But I want to figure out all of the projects for next year still during the rest of this year and just kind of like use whatever I want to freely without having to think about progress or anything like that. So when I started the project, I picked 6 makeup products that I wanted to finish in this project, and 4 of the 6 I was able to finish by the first update, which I filmed about a month ago, and I was able to finish the 2 remaining products, and I will give a mini review of these in this video because I don't want to save them for another empties video. But the first empty in this video is the Essence Fresh and Fit foundation. So this foundation, well, there's a little bit of product on the bottom, but it starts to be really difficult to get out even with a spatula. This one is a nice and natural everyday foundation. It has kind of like light to medium coverage. It doesn't wear super well though, and that's the reason why, at least right now, I don't think I'm going to purchase it. Although I have used multiple one of these in the past, so maybe I will change my mind later and I will start missing a foundation like this. But right now I just don't feel I need a foundation like this. I would rather have something that has a little bit more coverage, not super full coverage though, I don't think I need that, but a little bit more than this, and especially I want something that wears better, because with this one my main issue is the longevity. My skin starts to get pretty oily around my T-zone with this foundation, so yeah, it's a nice foundation. Just not the most long lasting. The another empty is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and this is a really nice setting spray. I have used multiple one of these in the past, however now I have decided no longer repurchase it and instead buy something that is more affordable. In general with complexion products I try to buy more affordable products these days. I just cannot justify spending on high-end makeup because those products are something that I go through pretty quickly, and there are really good drugstore alternatives for a fraction of the price of the high-end. What I bought to replace this one is the Catrice Ultra Last 2, I think it was called, setting spray. I have not tried it yet, but what I have seen from TikTok, it seems to be just as good as this. And it's way more affordable, also takes less space because this one comes in a large bottle, which is good. You pay more, but you also get more product. But since I do store the majority of my makeup in a makeup bag like this, I do consider the size of the products, and I don't necessarily want to have a lot of large products. Oh, and another thing is that the Catrice setting spray is free from alcohol, but this one isn't. So if I just like that setting spray, which I need to test it out, I see no reason whatsoever to purchase this one again. By the way, I'm looking at myself from the viewfinder, and if my skin looks a little bit dark and orangey, it is because I am testing a new foundation. I bought a foundation from W7 from Normal, and I picked the lightest shade, but it's still too dark for me. It seems to be the correct shade when I first put it to my face, but it dries a little bit darker, so my skin, I mean, you can see the difference between my face and my hand, so yes, that's why I look a little bit orange today. Let's move on to focus makeup. So I decided to put into this project 6 products that I was just supposed to focus on. I didn't think I could finish them. By the first update, the blush that I put into this project dropped out of my magnetic palette and shattered, so I decided to declutter that. So we have 5 products remaining, and the first one of those is the Huda Beauty Toffee Brown Obsessions palette. I'm going to put here pictures of what this palette has been looking like throughout this project. So first what it looked like in the intro, then what it looked like about a month ago, and then what it is looking like right now. In the update that I filmed about a month ago, you don't really see in the picture the pan in the middle row right shade, that copper. I had hit pan, as you can see in the picture of the intro, but it was just really dirty and powdery. But yeah, as you can see, I have made really good progress with this palette. By the way, the empty pans are shadows that I decluttered earlier, but in this project I was able to hit many pans. I wasn't able to finish any of the shades, although I did set, I think, originally my goal to be to finish the gold, but I have been more focused on the shadow on the top row. When I started this project, I thought that I would declutter this palette by the end of this year, because I don't really like the Huda Beauty formula. The matte formula I do really much like, but the shimmer formula I think is kinda annoying. Some of the shimmers really remind me of the Colourpop Super Shock shadows, where they are really movable and kind of tricky to work with, and also they don't always stay the best on my lids. And then some of the shimmers, not in this palette but in another palette that I do have, are just really hard and kind of dry. So I thought that I want to get still a little bit more use out of this palette and then declutter it. However, I did change my mind about that one. I do want to keep this palette and still work on it the next year, and the reason is because I do like 3 of the shades. So the shade on the top row, the gold, light gold on the middle row, and then the cream on the bottom row. I do like those shades enough to finish them. So I want to work on this palette still the next year, and I do have from Huda another palette, the Gold Obsessions palette, and with this one it's kind of similar. I have decluttered some of the eyeshadows. I have hit pan on a couple of the eyeshadows, and then there are still some eyeshadows left. So this is also something that I think I want to work on the next year. So I will make both of these kind of like my Pantat palette. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to start an official Pantat palette with these, or if I'm going to do my Pantat eyeshadow collection project pan that I started in the early fall, but then I noticed that my old eyeshadows are expired and causing me a reaction, so I had to declutter all of my singles, and after that point I lost all of the motivation to do eyeshadow panning. So because of that project didn't continue. But in that project the idea was to focus on my entire collection, not only a selected palette or a selected few eyeshadows. So I don't know yet if I want to start that project again and kind of like track the uses of my entire eyeshadow collection, but still have my main focus being on these palettes, or if I want to do a Pantat palette with these. And even if I'm going to do a Pantat palette, I'm not going to take too much stress about it, and I'm not going to take it as seriously as before. Like if I feel like using something else, I'm allowing myself to do that. If I feel like I don't want to wear any eyeshadow, I'm not forcing myself to. So I want to have a more relaxed approach. But yeah, I don't know yet if I want it to be like a Pantat palette or that Pantat eyeshadow collection project. Let me know what you think, which one you would like to see me to do. Okay, so let's move on to lip products, and here I do have an empty to share with you. So my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. There is still a really little bit left on the bottom. I don't know how the camera now focuses. It can be tricky to show, but there you can see there's still a little bit of product left on the bottom. Then of course, if I wanted to, I could remove the stopper and get everything from the side. I don't want to do that. This starts to be pretty thick and goopy, and I just don't really enjoy using it that much anymore. I don't really like lip glosses anymore. They are just sticky. I don't like how they feel on my lips. Also, I don't really like this color that much anymore. I am wearing it today. It is a bronzy, orangey bronzy lip gloss, and I feel it's one of those that it can look a little bit muddy on myself. Like my look today, I don't know, I'm not really feeling my look today. It's not the worst look ever, but these are really much those warm autumn colors that I wore a lot when I thought that I am warm autumn. Now I am pretty confused with the color analysis thing. I think in the seasonal color analysis I would probably be closest to bright spring, but I think on my case thinking about the seasons is not necessarily the best approach. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about the color analysis. Oh yeah, this lip gloss, I thought this is like the perfect warm autumn lip gloss, but I do feel for me this is one of those that can just look a little bit off, little bit unnatural, little bit muddy. Okay, I put into this project the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude lip liner, and this one I thought in the beginning of the project that I could wear with the lip gloss. However, that combination does not look good on me, at least whatsoever. It's going to look just really off. This one is a more neutral, kind of like brownie nude in tone compared to the lip gloss that is really warm and orangey, so they just make a weird and muddy combination, so doesn't look too pretty. And yeah, because of that I have not worn it too much. So there you can see where the product goes right now, and I will show you a picture where it was in the intro. I think I got some use out of this in November with a nude lipstick. I do have a nude lipstick that this one works amazing with, and I do think that this is something that I do want to focus on next year. I do find that when I focus on a lip liner, it goes pretty quickly, so this is something that I probably will want to finish during winter and spring. I have started doing again my kind of like seasonal lip product project pan, which is more like just tracking the progress and uses on my entire lip product collection, because lip products are my favorite products and I just really love that tracking and seeing the progress. And in that project I can focus on certain lip products, but also because I track uses on everything, it also inspires me to use everything that I have rather than being super focused on just selected few. Because in the end of the season, when I'm going to film the update video, it's nicer to have uses on everything or almost everything than have a lot of uses on selected few and majority of my lip product collection completely untouched. That's something I have started doing. So the first update for that is going to be after February. And then the last lip product I put into this project is my Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips 2 lipstick in the shade Red Hot Susan, which is like a little bit more muted, but it's still red. It's not super muted, but it's a little bit more muted to the brightest reds out there. And this one is a really warm and orangey red. I have always loved red lipstick, and when I got my warm autumn result in the color season analysis, I thought that this is going to be my perfect red. Now I'm not so sure. I think this is maybe a little bit too orangey. I have not gotten as much use out of this as I hoped I would in the intro, and after the last update I don't know if I have used it at all. There's not really any point for me to show any close-ups right now. Maybe I will wear red lipstick a couple of times still during the end of the year and get some use out of this, but this one totally for me I think is more like a summertime and fall red lipstick. The last focus product that I have in this project is the Catrice Brown Collection nail polish. This one is in the shade Unmistakable Style. This was a limited edition collection that this nail polish comes from, and it's like from 2018. My nail polishes totally are the oldest products in my collection. As you probably know, I had to declutter earlier this fall my really old and expired makeup, so I decluttered everything that was from the last decade. But with nail polish I'm not that worried, because it's not like I'm going to put it to my face. This one is now empty and I am really happy to have one more nail polish gone. It is a beautiful color, it is this dark shimmery brown, but when it comes to really dark nail polish I would just rather wear black. I just think it's a more sophisticated color and it's just more my style than something like this, so I'm really happy to have this one out. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a project polish next year. Maybe I should, because as I said, my nail polishes are the oldest products from my collection, and I do notice that a project polish makes me more motivated to get use out of my nail polishes. If I'm going to do a project polish, I think that is going to be maybe like the last project that I will start. As I said, I am going to do next year some sort of an eyeshadow panning project. And then I think I want to do another project, but I don't know if it should be like 25 in 2025 or if it should be a rolling project. Let me know what you think. I think a rolling project might be a little bit more flexible, but typically I like more the type of projects where you do have products that you want to finish, and then you're able to finish them, and then it's less products in future. I don't know, with that kind of project I feel it's more motivating and I can see the end goal, when a rolling project sometimes can feel like it's never ending. But I think there are still a lot of positives to a rolling project because it is more flexible. But yeah, let me know what you think. Okay, so let's move on. I do have a couple of skincare products. So these two skincare products I rolled into this project and they are empties now. First, the Ivy face cream. For some reason I have now gotten quite a few different face creams, so I wanted to pick one to focus on and I was able to finish this one. This is really nothing special, it's just a really basic moisturizer and I don't think I'm going to buy it again. I do really much like from this brand their, I think it's 24 hours face cream that comes in a glass jar. That one is a really nice and moisturizing. This one is more basic, so I don't think I'm going to buy this again, but I do like products from this brand. And then I did finish the Pure and Care AHA Peeling Serum. I wanted to put this product into this project because I noticed that I'm not using it too much. I do prefer lactic acid when it comes to chemical exfoliator, so I just wasn't using this too often, but putting it into this project has totally motivated me to get more use out of it and get it done, and it is now empty. I didn't repurchase this one, but I bought from the same brand their night peeling serum. Okay, so next we do have a couple of products that I put into this project because I wanted to finish them and I was making really good progress until the next update, and after that, well, you have maybe noticed that I have been off from YouTube for a couple of weeks. I just have not been feeling it and I decided to kind of like take a step back. But I do notice that when I'm not doing YouTube, I also sometimes tend to lose focus when it comes to my project plans, especially when it comes to something like this that I don't necessarily normally use. I do have here the Hydrating Super Balm. This one is from a brand Lucky Cloud. So this is something that I got from the Pipbox Advent Calendar 4 years ago, and yeah, it's not gone. I was hoping that I would finish it by the finale. Maybe if I use this a lot during the end of the year I can get it out, like if I use it on my elbows, if I use it on my heels and all of that, I can probably get it used up because it's a really little amount of product that there is. So using it on large areas would allow me to get through it. I will try because it would be nicer to start the new year without this. I do have a lot of this kind of balmy and some like Vaseline type of products, like lip balms in jar and that kind of things, and it would be nice to get one of those out. And then I do have here from a brand Luon Coster Innocent Body Cake. So this one is kind of like a body lotion in a bar soap form and mine is broken. There is not much left. This one is a really oily product and I actually don't like to use this really on large areas of my body because it's going to be quite crazy. I don't feel it absorbs really well. But sometimes I have been using this one, for example, as my hand lotion and it works nice for that. I don't think I can finish this one during the end of the year. The year is getting too close to the end, but there's like one larger chunk and two smaller ones, so maybe the smaller ones I can get out. Then last but not least we do have some hair products. So unfortunately my Paul Mitchell Extra Body Thicken Up styling gel type of thing is not yet gone. I have used it today. I have also used today some new like glossy hair products that I bought from Normal, a shampoo, a conditioner and a spray. So if my hair looks shiny today, it's because of those, not because of this one. This one really doesn't do that much. There's not much left here, but the thing is that I typically wash my hair in the evening and I let it air dry. So in that case it just doesn't make any sense for me to use this kind of product. So I only use this if I wash my hair in the morning and I'm going to do a blow dry. And then we do have an empty, the Paul Mitchell Firm Style Stay Strong hairspray. This is a really strong hairspray, as the name says. Maybe a little bit too much for me. Also this one smells really bad. Like, ugh. So, hairstyling is not something that I am willing to spend high-end money at all anymore. There's just no way. Because higher-end hair products are really, really expensive. Like Paul Mitchell, for example, really expensive. But I personally cannot see any difference whatsoever comparing to some more affordable products. No reason whatsoever for me to buy more Paul Mitchell products, although in the past it was my favorite hair care and hairstyling brand, and I do still have some products from them, but just right now I do have other financial priorities than spending on expensive hair care. Alright, so that is everything for this project. As you see, I was able to finish a lot of products during this project. I was able to make some great progress with my focus products, especially with the eyeshadow palette. I think somewhere this year I kind of felt this panning burnout moment. And I kind of had to think if I really want to keep doing project panning or not, because for me it can easily turn into hate panning. But now I feel that I do want to do panning. I just want to have a more relaxed approach to it. So I want to do some panning next year. An eyeshadow project, as I said. Maybe a project polish, then my lip products project pan, and maybe one more project where I'm just focusing on whatever. It could be makeup, it could be other beauty products. But I don't know if I want to do it rolling or like 25 in 2025. We'll see. But anyways, that is everything for today. Let me know your panning plans for next year. And if there is some sort of project you would like to see from me, let me also know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you on my next one. Bye bye.